There are moments in sports when everything changes. Not because of one incredible shot, not because of one lucky bounce, but because a young athlete finally realizes that fear no longer controls the outcome. For Alex Eala, that moment may have arrived at Wimbledon. The famous grass courts of the All England Club have witnessed some of the greatest champions in tennis history. Legends have celebrated unforgettable victories here. Dreams have been realized, and countless others have been shattered beneath the pressure of the world's oldest Grand Slam. Now another chapter is waiting to be written. And this time, the spotlight belongs to a 20-year-old Filipina who refuses to stop believing. Over the last few weeks, Alex Eala has quietly become one of the biggest stories in professional tennis. Every match has added another layer to her growing reputation. Every victory has convinced more people that she belongs among the sport's brightest young stars. But the challenge standing in front of her now is unlike anything she has faced before. Because across the net stands a champion. A player whose name commands respect wherever she competes. Someone who has already proven she can win on the biggest stages. For many fans, the prediction seems obvious. Experience should defeat youth. Titles should overcome potential. History should repeat itself. But tennis has never cared much about predictions. If it did, Alex Eala wouldn't even be standing here. Her journey to this moment has been built on proving people wrong. Every time expectations were low, she found another level. Every time critics questioned whether she belonged, she answered with her racket instead of her words. That quiet confidence has become one of her greatest strengths. She doesn't need headlines. She doesn't need controversy. She simply keeps improving. And that's exactly why so many people are paying attention now. Because improvement is often far more dangerous than raw talent. Talent can surprise you. Improvement changes careers. The story really began long before Wimbledon. Earlier this season, Alex showed flashes of brilliance that hinted something special was developing. Her movement became sharper. Her shot selection grew smarter. Most importantly, her belief started matching her ability. Every tournament became another lesson. Every difficult opponent became another opportunity. She wasn't just collecting wins. She was building experience. That experience would eventually prepare her for one of the biggest stretches of tennis in her young career. Grass has always been considered one of the most difficult surfaces in sport. The ball stays low. Points move quickly. There is very little time to recover from mistakes. Players who dominate on clay or hard courts often struggle to adjust. But Alex embraced the challenge. Instead of fighting the surface, she learned how to use it. Her left-handed serve became even more effective. Her flat ground strokes skidded through the court. Her willingness to attack the net kept opponents guessing. With every match, confidence continued growing. Then came the breakthrough that changed everything. Facing Australia's Maya Joint, Alex found herself in serious trouble. The opening set belonged almost entirely to her opponent. Maya dictated the rallies. She served aggressively. She controlled the pace. Before long, the scoreboard read 6-3. Many players would have allowed frustration to take over. Not Alex. Something shifted during the break between sets. There were no dramatic celebrations. No emotional outbursts. Only quiet determination. She walked back onto the court looking like a completely different player. Suddenly, she wasn't reacting anymore. She was attacking. She stepped closer to the baseline. She took the ball earlier. Her forehand became more aggressive. Her backhand found incredible angles. Point after point, the momentum began changing. The second set quickly slipped away from Maya. Alex claimed it 6-2. Now, everything would be decided in one final set. This was no longer simply a tennis match. It had become a battle of nerve. Every rally carried enormous pressure. Every service game felt like it could determine the outcome. But something remarkable happened. Instead of tightening under pressure, Alex elevated her game once again. She defended impossible balls. She chased every shot. She forced Maya into difficult decisions. Then came the breakthrough. One break, then another. The confidence that had belonged to Maya only minutes earlier completely disappeared. Alex wasn't just winning anymore. She was dominating. Game after game slipped away from her opponent. The crowd sensed history unfolding. The final score shocked almost everyone watching. After losing the first set, Alex stormed back to win the next two. The deciding set ended 6-0. A complete turnaround. A statement victory. More than anything, it proved something impossible to ignore. Alex Eala had become mentally stronger. That transformation matters. Professional tennis isn't only about power or technique. The difference between great players and champions often comes down to the ability to solve problems during a match. Anyone can play well when everything is working. Champions find answers when nothing is working. Against Maya Joint, Alex found those answers. She adapted. She stayed patient. She trusted her preparation. That combination has become increasingly dangerous. Now comes an even greater challenge. Waiting on the other side of the draw is one of the biggest names in women's tennis. A defending Wimbledon champion. A multiple-time Grand Slam winner. Someone whose accomplishments already place her among the sport's elite. On paper, the matchup seems one-sided. Championship experience. Major titles. Years of competing under enormous pressure. Everything appears to favor the champion. But this season has been different. For the first time in years, questions have started appearing. Unexpected defeats. Early tournament exits. Moments of visible frustration. The invincible aura has begun showing small cracks. That doesn't make a champion weak. Sometimes it makes them even more dangerous. Experienced players understand how quickly momentum can change. One outstanding performance can erase months of disappointment. That uncertainty makes this matchup fascinating. Which version of the champion will arrive? The dominant force who conquered Wimbledon? Or the player still searching for consistency? Nobody knows. And that's exactly why tennis fans around the world cannot wait for this contest. Alex enters the match carrying momentum. Her confidence has never looked stronger. She believes she belongs here. She believes she can compete with anyone. Most importantly, recent performances support that belief. The statistics tell an interesting story. Her first serve percentage continues improving. Her return game has become more aggressive. Her movement on grass looks smoother with every passing match. Even her body language has changed. She walks onto the court expecting to win. That mindset cannot be measured on a scoreboard, but it changes everything. Meanwhile, her opponent understands exactly what's at stake. Losing early at Wimbledon would create even more questions. Winning would silence many critics. Pressure exists on both sides of the net, just in different forms. For Alex, it's the opportunity of a lifetime. For the champion, it's the responsibility of defending greatness. Those are two very different emotions. Soon, they will collide on center court. Millions of viewers will be watching. Thousands inside the stadium will witness every point. Some believe experience will prevail. Others believe youth is ready to take over. Only one opinion truly matters. The one decided by the players themselves. Because once the umpire calls play, rankings no longer matter. Predictions disappear. Only courage, preparation, and execution remain. And Alex Eala has spent her entire career preparing for moments exactly like this. The question is no longer whether she belongs on this stage. She has already answered that. Now she must answer something even bigger. Can she defeat one of the greatest champions in the world and announce herself as the future of women's tennis? The answer is only one match away. But if you think Alex Eala's toughest challenge is already behind her, think again. Everything she has accomplished so far has led to this very moment. The comeback against Maya Joint didn't just earn her another victory. It sent a message to the entire tennis world that she is no longer simply a promising young talent. She is becoming a genuine threat to the biggest names in the sport. Still, momentum alone doesn't win Grand Slam matches. Waiting on the other side of the net is a champion who has spent years proving she can thrive under the brightest lights and the heaviest pressure. Experience, confidence, and championship instincts will all be tested when these two players finally step onto center court. For Alex, this isn't just another match. It's an opportunity to make history, inspire millions of fans back home in the Philippines, and show the world that she belongs among tennis elite. But opportunities like this come with enormous pressure, and only one player will leave the court with their dreams still alive. Will Alex Eala complete the biggest victory of her career, or will the defending champion remind everyone why greatness is never easy to overcome?